in this class we are going to see inverse of a function, right. So, you know already what an inverse of a function is. In this class we will highlight on how to find inverse of a particular function. I have taken 10 different questions related to inverse of a function, you can see here my dear friends. Yeah. So, the title itself, you see, inverse of a function. So, inverse of a function, the relevant problems we are going to see. So, dear students, yeah, right, inverse of a function. Before that, let me say, suppose f is a function from a to b which is bijection, okay, then its inverse relation is also a function. We write it f inverse from b to a. This will also be a function, moreover it will also be a bijection. For example, suppose this is a, this is b, say f is mapped like 1 2 3 4 to a b c d like 1c 2b 3a 4d. Now, f inverse mapping will be from b to a, my dear friends. B to a, we denote it by f inverse. You see, the entries of b are going to be a, b, c, d. A are 1 2 3 4. Now, you see a mapped to 3, 2 to b in the sense b to 2, 3 mapped to a, right, and 1 mapped to c. So, 1 to c, d mapped to 4. This is the relation, friends. You already know it. If a function f is given which is bijection, yeah, hi Manoj, which is bijection, yeah, its inverse relation is also a function, moreover it is a bijective function, fine, okay. Now, we are going to see problems related to this, my dear friends. You see, here a function f of x will be given, we need to find f inverse of x. Point number 1, friends, suppose f of x is 10x minus 7. So, g is equal to f inverse, okay, right, then g of x is. You see friends, that means whenever f of x is given which is bijective, as he already mentioned all the options, I am not going to check whether it is bijection or not. Otherwise, if the given function is not bijection, the inverse would never be exist, right, never be a function. So, I mean to say f of x is anyhow given. Of course, 10x minus 7 is a linear expression which represents a straight line. It is a non-horizontal straight line, it will definitely be a bijective function. Now, friends, let me give a mechanism to find the inverse of a function. ये देखिए क्या दिया गया, f of x is equal to 10x minus 7 दिया गया है कि नहीं. यहाँ पे इन्वर्स फाइंड आउट करने के लिए f of x को y माने, राइट. सो इससे you just adjust such that x comes. You see, y plus 7 is 10, then yeah 10x. So, x is going to be y plus 7 by 10. Generally friends, if f is a bijective function such that f of x is y, in undoubtedly f inverse of y is going to be x itself. So, x can be written as f inverse of y is equal to y plus 7 by 10, and hence my dear friends, f inverse of x can be written as x plus 7 by 10. Generally, if f is from a to b, f inverse will be from b to a. Since f is from r to r, f inverse will also be from r to r. This is the definition, my dear friends, x plus 7 by 10. That is all. So, friends, the mechanism to find inverse of a function is, especially bijective function, is take f of x as y, simplify it such that x is equal to something comes. So, x you can replace by f inverse of y. So, f inverse of y is this, and hence f inverse of x can be obtained. My dear friends, this is a standard question. Of course, simple question. If f of x is equal to ax plus b, where a not equal to 0, f inverse of x, you no need to do the working, directly you can say, you see, x minus b by a, because is equal to y we take. With this you can directly say x plus 7 by 10, no need of doing any working, it is a very simple problem, hai ki nahi? Now you see this, my dear students, it is given in IIT 1998, previously given advanced question. What a simple it is, simple question. F of x is 3x minus 5, then f inverse of x is given by. So he didn't mention the domain, means we have to take like R to R itself. You know it is a bijective function which is a straight line, non-horizontal straight line. So friends, if it will be like this, so it is going to be 1 function and onto function, undoubtedly inverse function exists. What could be the inverse, my dear friends? I already told you x plus 5 by 3, because you just take it as y, x is going to be y plus 5 by 3, right. So x plus 5 by 3 is going to be the inverse. Of course 98 is long ago, but it is given in advanced exam, right dear friends. Now you see this function, dear students, f of x is given as alpha x by x plus 1. Of course x should not be minus 1, the domain of this function is r minus singleton minus 1. Then find the value of alpha for which f of x is x. My dear friends, before that, before you answer this question, let me give a technique. F of x is equal to ax plus b by cx plus d. Friends, if the function is given like this, if at all you find inverse of the function, I will give you a simple mechanism. You just take like a matrix A, B, C, D. Now in matrix, I think you know how to write the inverse, especially adjoint. Interchange D and A and change the sign of this, minus B minus C. Okay. From this, my dear friends, f inverse of x is equal to dx minus b by minus cx plus a, right. So this is simple, or else you need to take like equal to y, simplify x is equal to, you will get like dy minus b by minus cy plus a. Without doing all these things, my dear friends, if f of x is like this, linear by linear, you just copy like this, a mnemonic to write, or else a b c d like a matrix you write, interchange these two and change the sign of b and c. So dx minus b by minus cx plus a. So friends, another point, if this is f inverse, I think you know f of f inverse of x will become x and f inverse of f of x will also become x, you know this property. Now friends, another important point, you see, if you choose f of x like ax plus b by cx minus a, that means d is nothing but x coefficient, my dear friends. If you choose f of x like this, let me repeat again, ax plus b by cx minus a, in this case friends, if you just find the inverse, you will get the inverse itself, f of x will be equal to f inverse of x, friends. And hence you see, so f inverse of x can be for such functions. Let me repeat, my dear friends, here I have given a mechanism, formula number 1, if f of x is ax plus b by cx plus d, f inverse of x is nothing but dx minus b by minus cx plus a. You just interchange a and d, change the sign. Second friends, if f of x is like ax plus b by Cx minus A, where D is opposite sign of A, right. In this case, my dear friends, you see, you will observe that f of x and f inverse of x will be the same. Even not only this, friends, another standard function are also there, certain functions a minus x power n whole power 1 by n. Even for this function also self inverse, inverse is itself, right. So, now come back to the question, dear students. He said f of x is like linear by linear and the value of alpha, so that f of x is equal to x. F, that means if f acts as self inverse, it is okay. Self inverse means whatever constant you have, x quotient must be with its opposite sign, right, minus 1. That is minus x by x plus 1, alpha must be minus 1. A simple and direct observation, friends, no need to work at all. So, if the function of this kind self inverse, to satisfy this condition f must have self inverse. For that, x coefficient plus constant sum must be, here you see 0, x coefficient is alpha, constant is 1, alpha plus 1 is 0. Yeah. So, thank you Ashok sir. Yeah, alpha plus 1 is equal to 0. So, alpha is minus 1. The next, my dear friends, this is the function given f of x. From this f inverse of x we want, right. F inverse of x, if you want, you just do the regular procedure, friends. Take f of x as y, y is equal to sine inverse of 3 minus x minus 6 power 4 power 1 by 3. What is the next step? Try to simplify in such a way that x is equal to comes. You see, sine y is equal to this, sine cube y is 3 minus x minus 6 power 4. So, x minus 6 is equal to 3 minus sine cube y whole power 1 by 4. Finally, x is 6 plus 4th root of 3 minus sine cube y. So, friends, once you get this, you see, in x is nothing but f inverse of y. So, f inverse of x means replace y by x, 6 plus 4th root of 3 minus sine cube x, second option is the answer. Simple, friends. If at all you want inverse of a function, take it as y, simplify such that x is equal to, in this you simply put y by x, you will get the answer. This is also a simple question, right. Yeah. Yes, Ashila, right. Yeah, dark pen in the sense, see, can take black, right. You see this question, dear friends, f from R to R given by f of x is equal to x minus step x. My dear friends, you might have known what this function x minus step x is. It is fractional part of x. He is asking us to find the inverse of this function f inverse of x. Whenever you are asked to find inverse of a function, have a look at the options. There is an option called not defined. Yes, that means if you find such option, please check the given function is bijection or not. If it is not bijection, no, then inverse does not exist, inverse function does not exist. If such option is not there, no need to check whether it is bijection or not, that means by default it is bijection. This is why he has written the inverse of the function, right. So, x minus step x, fractional part of x graph, you know, dear students, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, you see the graph would be like this. I think all of you know this, the graph of fractional part of this will be like this. Clearly, it is not a 1-1 function. If you draw any horizontal line, it is going to cut at more than one point. so it is not 1 1, so not a bijection. Even the range of this function is closed 0 to open 1, yes, but whereas codomain is R. So, it is neither 1 1 nor on 2, so it is not a bijection, and hence inverse does not exist is the answer. Clear? Clear, dear students? Fine. Yeah, you see this question, this is interesting. We have to find inverse of this function f of x, right? How to do, friends? The same regular and routine procedure, take f of x as y. Okay. So, you see y is equal to e power x plus 1 by e power x by 2. Right, friends? You can simplify it as a quadratic equation in e power x. E power x whole square minus 2y into e power x plus 1 equal to 0, isn't it? Just simplify, which is a quadratic. You just solve like quadratic equation, because you want to write x is equal to e power x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Friends, you will get here like y plus or minus root of y square minus 1, that is all. So, friends, here the point is x is going to be log of y plus or minus root of y square minus 1 base e. From this you can comment the inverse. The problem is, you see, log of x plus root of x square minus 1 is there, log of x minus root of x square minus 1 is there. Now, what is the situation? The answer 3 and 4 both are correct, or only one of them is correct? Which is correct? Yeah, there strikes the problem. It is a single correct answer type question. That means either 3 is the answer or 4 is the answer. Then how to find? Yeah, in such a case, when you get two possibilities, my dear friends, to break the tie, you take some testing point. For example, friends, this is the given function. If you put x is equal to 1, you will get e plus 1 by e by 2 as the output on the function f of x. So, in f inverse of x, if you put e plus 1 by e by 2, you have to get 1. So, out of these two options, only one will be valid. If you put this one, e plus 1 by e whole square here, you see here, let me put f of, you see, e plus 1 by e plus, you see, e plus 1 by e whole square minus 1 means a plus b whole square minus 4ab, you will get a minus b whole square by 2 you will get, my dear friends. Here also by 2 is there, by 2 is there. Now, minus 1 by e gets cancelled, 2e by 2 you will get e log e is 1, this is okay, friends. Whereas, if you put minus here, here minus comes, so 2 by e gets 1 by e comes, minus 1 comes, but you have to get 1 here, and hence, my dear friends, I can say that, you see, the output should be this function, whereas he has to specify the domain. He has to specify the domain, say from 1 to infinity or minus infinity to minus 1. It is a symmetric function, friends, or he can also take 0 to infinity. He has to mention. If he takes the domain from minus infinity to infinity, it is not 1 1, because for minus x and x it will give the same. So, my dear friends, I mean to say, in this function he has to specify the domain. He did not specify. If this is the domain, answer is this. If he takes the domain like minus infinity to 0 kind of, that would be the answer. So, friends, we call it as cos hx, it is cos h inverse of x. So, friends, while finding inverse of a function, if you get two possibilities, then please check and break the tie by giving certain case like a particular point on f. So, it is reverse case in f inverse of x, right, dear students. Now, you see this function, yeah, f of x is given as sin x plus cos x, g of x is given x square minus 1, then g of f of x is invertible in which domain? Previous IIT question. Fine. What is g of f of x, my dear friends? G of f of x means sin x plus cos x whole square minus 1, you will get sin 2x, right, because sin square x plus cos square x is 1, 1 gets cancelled, and plus 2 sin x cos x means sin 2x. You try to take the graph of sin 2x, okay. So, the intervals given from minus pi by 2 to something, you see sin 2x at 0, 0, at pi by 4 itself it is 1, at pi by 2 0 again, and 3 pi by 4 it is minus 1, and 3 pi by 2 it is 0. I mean pi by 2 means this is pi, right, pi it is 0. Even minus pi by 4 it becomes pi by 4 minus 1, at minus pi by 2 it becomes 0. This is the graph of sin 2x, my dear students. Now, in this you just see invertible means basically it must be 1 1. You did not mention the range, so range can be taken accordingly. 0 to pi by 2, that means the graph would be 0 to pi by 2, it is not 1 1, this is wrong. Minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, yes, you see minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, this is the graph, my dear students. Clearly it is 1 1, you can take the codomain like minus 1 to 1, it is okay. Just check minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, it is not 1 1, 0 to pi not 1 1. So, friends, this is the only interval where the function is going to be 1 1, and hence you can opt to this. These kind of questions are also important, my dear students. Clear? Fine? Right. So, keep responding. So, the same kind of question, friends, here sin x plus cos x plus 2 root 2 is invertible. It is a multi-correct answer type question, dear students, on which domain and codomain he is talking about. Just you know, a cos x plus b sin x plus c range is going to be, you see, c plus root of a square plus b square, and is maximum value, c minus root of a square plus b square is the minimum value if the function is like a cos x plus b sin x plus c. By this logic, the range of this particular function you can find like, you see, root 2 to 3 root 2 is the range, because c is 2 root 2, root of a square plus b square is going to be root 2. So, 2 root 2 minus root 2, 2 root 2 plus root 2, which is 3 root 2 comma root, this is the range. Fine, you just try to draw the graph of this, my dear friends. You see, he has taken pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, you just try to give pi by 4, what is the output? This is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, which is 2 by root 2, that is root 2 plus 2 root 2, it becomes 3 root 2. Then again at pi by 2, my dear friends, you can observe sin will become 1, cos will become 0, 1 plus 2 root 2. In the same way, if you proceed up to 5 pi by 4, you will reach to root 2, my dear friends. The graph will be decreasing like this. You give all the values. So, automatically in this domain and this particular y, for this x and this y, the function is going to be 1 1 and on to. Whereas, if you take this x, sufficient range is not there, y. So, these two are going to be the suitable options for a multi-correct answer type questions, my dear friends. Okay, fine. Now, this is interesting case, friends. F of x is x plus 1 whole square minus 1, a very important one. You see, you will be asked to find the x where f of x is equal to f inverse of x. What shall we do? Shall I find f inverse of x and solve? No, there is a technique. Friends, you take any function, say f of x is like this, suppose. If it is continuous function, suppose y is equal to x is the line, suppose you just consider y is equal to x, the reflection of the curve about y is equal to x gives f inverse of x. For example, its inverse of x will become like this, my dear students, like this, the inverse function of this. So, most important point is the graph of f of x and f inverse of x will be reflection of one other about the line y is equal to x. So, the every point of intersection of f of x and f inverse of x, if the graph is continuous, must also lie on the line y is equal to x. So, instead of solving f of x and f inverse of x, it is enough if you solve f of x is equal to x, because this is y is equal to f of x, this is y is equal to x, right. You just solve f of x is x plus 1 whole square minus 1 is equal to x. So, x plus 1 whole square is equal to x plus 1. So, x plus 1 is 0 or 1. So, x must be minus 1 comma 0. Yes, for these, because you see friend, this is a continuous function. For a polynomial continuous, for a continuous function, you can see f of x is equal to f inverse of x solution is nothing but f of x is equal to x solution. You no need to find f inverse of x, even though you find the equation becomes complicated, rather this is simple. So, a very important point for advanced especially, right. Followed by I have given a question, I think you can try this question, if necessary we will see in the next class, dear friends. So, f of x is given, observe 2 to infinity, it is a strictly increasing function. So, 1 1, so just try to find f inverse of x, a routine procedure. Even here also try to find the range of this, automatically you can find, you just try this question friends. So, friends, in summary I have talked a function f from a to b, if it is bijection, its inverse relation is also a function, that is also bijection. Point number 2, how to find inverse of a function. Let f of x is equal to y. So, prepare from this x is equal to something which will be f inverse of y, therefore, you can find f of x. And here and there, when f of x is a linear expression and linear by linear kind of cases, I have given a simple mechanism to find inverse. And friends, I have given the cases, problems where f of x is equal to f inverse of x related problems we have seen, right dear friends. These are the main models sufficient for JEE Main as well as Advanced for the particular subtopic inverse of a function.